Another pillar of American culture has passed away suddenly this morning. We literally just found this out. Hulk Hogan, the icon, has passed away at the age of 71. This is just shocking news. Let's look at this report from TMZ. It says wrestling legend Hulk Hogan has died at 71 years old. Medics were dispatched to the WWE icon, his Clearwater, Florida home early Thursday morning, with operators stating it was regarding a cardiac arrest. So Hulk Hogan recently had surgery, and this morning, he had a heart attack. We're told a slew of police cars and EMTs were parked outside Hogan's home, and he was carried on a stretcher and into an ambulance. Cops tell us officials responded to the call at 9:51 a.m. and Hogan was treated by Clearwater fire and rescue personnel before being taken to a nearby hospital. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. Police will provide additional details at a press conference later Thursday. So this is just a crazy... You don't think people like this are going to pass away. And 71 years old today, Nick, 71... That's young.
Yeah, 71 for today's age is actually pretty young. I think Schwarzenegger and Stallone are both older than that, and they're still kicking. And they put their bodies through hell with, PEDs and all kinds of stuff. And, Hogan has as well, obviously. But yeah, this was like, so when Coach sent me this, I was like, this has got to be fake news. I just saw him on the TV, like in a video doing something like a week or so ago or a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Because several times you see somebody say, "Oh, the celebrity's dead," and it's like fake news. They're like, "No, they're not really dead," but no, he's gone. I mean, we lost Ozzy Osbourne this week. Now Hulk Hogan. It's like, yeah, more and more of these icons are dropping like flies as we get older.
They are. One of the things that separates Hulk Hogan from the two that you also mentioned. You said something about Arnold and Sylvester Stallone, other icons of the 1980s for sure. I don't think they had the hard life on the road like Hulk Hogan as a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
We know what he did with his body and with steroids and all that kind of stuff. But he also was an accomplished actor, believe it or not. It's really funny how some of his movies have aged. When I was a kid, I loved his movies like No Holds Barred, Thunder in Paradise, Suburban Commando. He was in a ton of movies. I mean, if you just look down his IMDb page, it is massive with what he's done.
Rocky 3.
He was in Gremlins 2.
Yeah, Thunder Lips.
Yeah, so many things, and it's just a really sad day and a sad time, where we're losing more and more of our childhood. We're both in our mid-40s. He was a huge part of our childhood in the 80s and even on into the 90s. He reinvented himself in the mid-1990s at WCW when he turned heel, when he went bad as Hollywood Hulk Hogan. He had a great resurgence as a professional wrestler. He was able to go back to the WWE, which was previously the WWF, and have a return there. I mean, so many awesome things and memories, and he had that fallout with his wife that everybody's going to remember that with Linda Hogan. He was on the reality show, with his family, putting his family out there. That's when the perception of Hulk Hogan began to crack for the public. When he and his family were on in the public eye for real with the reality show, people started going, something's not right here.
Yeah, there's all kinds of drama going on, and it was pretty insane.
It was, but one of my favorite memories of him is fighting wrestling Warrior in the WCW years after they did it in the WWF.
Yeah.
An unfortunate thing, you see fallout with him with previous friends like Macho Man Randy Savage.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I think was heartbreaking. And when Savage comes out being so savage, talking about Hulk Hogan and what a sorry guy he is, and he's a liar, and all those things, you kind of got to believe it.
Yeah.
But today, you also got to realize the amount of good that the man did, and how big he truly was. He was bigger than all those other wrestlers, and they had a hard time with that with their egos. You could say he only cared about himself and things like that, I guess, if you want to. But here on the day of his death, we just want to say thank you, Hulk Hogan, for all that you did for our culture in America, for me as a little kid, the entertainment that you gave. He truly was something to look up to.
Yeah. One of my favorite memories of Hogan is when he turned, something you talked about, when he turned heel in WCW and went to Hollywood Hogan. Like, I loved that time during wrestling. The NWO and Goldberg and Hollywood Hogan, and like that was, I literally watched all the time. Was watching all pay-per-views and stuff. Our friend Adam,
we watched
Cochran,
it at your house. Like, that's something we did together. Like, that was awesome.
And we would go to our buddy Adam Cothran's house, who's been in our streams and stuff.
It's funny you mentioned Adam, because he's the one that texted me when there were some other deaths this week. I sent him the one about Hogan.
Yeah.
He was actually the first person I texted.
Oh, okay.
I texted him before you.
Oh, really?
I did.
Yeah, but that's it's kind of like almost like not even believable that like he's actually dead. It's crazy, but absolute icon, gone. He's definitely going to be missed for sure by a lot of people. I'll be curious to see what the WWE does for him as far as like
there's going to be a massive outpouring.
Legacy.
Yeah, they're going to do it up, man. They got to.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He was the business. It would not be what it is today without him. So
absolutely not.
They need to honor him. Yeah. So guys, very unfortunate day. Here we are on July 24th, 2025, and we have now lost the late great Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Thank you, Hulk.